Hi, everyone. We are on Module 1, Lesson 16. I can use the distributive property as a strategy to find related multiplication facts. We will be focusing on multiplication and division using units of 4. Let's take a look at this one. It says, write an addition equation and a multiplication equation represented by the tape diagram. We've studied tape diagrams being squares that are attached with numbers on the inside. In this case, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 4 is 8. So we have one group of 8, two groups of 8, three groups of 8, four groups of 8. So if I wanted to write an addition equation, I would have 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 more, or four groups of 8. Okay, so we have 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 more equals 32. Now, if I wanted to talk about this in relation to multiplication, I would say, well, now I'm talking about equal groups. And so I can turn this into 1 8, 2 8s, 3 8s, 4 8s, or 4 times 8. And what you'll notice is 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 equals 32. But that's also like saying four groups of 8. Here's a group of 8. Here's another group of 8, another, and you end up with 32. Let's look at this one. This one says write an addition equation and a multiplication equation represented by the tape diagram. So this time we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's a group of 7, 2 7s, 3 7s, 4 7s. So it's the same as saying 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7. So I have one group of 7, 2 7s, 3 7s, 4 7s equals 28 altogether. But if I wanted to write this in a multiplication equation, remember you have equal groups of 7. I have 4 equal groups of 7. So for that, I would write 4 times 7. You'll notice that 4 groups of 7 also equals 28. So that stays the same, the total number. All right, same thing here. We have one group of 6, two groups of 6, three groups of 6, four groups of 6. So that'd be 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 if that were addition. And that'd be 6, 12, 18, 24. Or if you were doing the multiplication equation, it would be 4 groups of 6 or 4 times 6. And so that's what that would be. Let's move on to the next one. This one says, Mrs. Williams draws the array below to show the class seating chart. She uses the students in 4 rows of 7 when she teaches at board 1. So that would be one group of 7, two groups of 7, three groups of 7, four groups of 7. Use the commutative property to show how Mrs. Williams sees the class when she's over here. So now instead of having 4 groups of 7, she has one group of 4, 2 4s, 3 4s, 4 4s, 5 4s, 6 4s, 7 4s. So the commutative property for that one would be 7 times 4. And that it will equal 28. 7 times 4 equals 28. Let's take a look at this one. Now, in this one, they want us to use distributive property to write a multiplication equation represented by the array below. We practiced this in our Google meetings, and we used parentheses in between where we put the plus. So I think that should probably remind you. So if we take a look at just the yellow, we have one group of 4, 2 4s, 3 4s, 4 4s, 5 4s. So for me to write 5 4s, let me grab a pencil. I would write 5 right here times 4. So that's 5 4s. And then I'm actually adding here. What we would have to have here is a parenthesis here and a parenthesis here. So I would multiply this 5 times 4. 1 4, 2 4, 3 4, 4 4, 5 4s. And then I'm going to add this other group of 4. So this other group of 4 is one group of 4. And that would also be in parentheses, typically if you're writing. And then you come up with what you actually have here. So we're adding these 5 fours plus one more 4, and that ends up being 6 groups of 4 or 6 fours. Well, the final multiplication equation would be 6 groups of 4 here, right here. Oops, I'm 4 silly. 6, 12, 18, 24, and that would be 24 as your total. Okay, moving on to your next one. What we have is 1 row of 4, 2 fours, 3 fours, 4 fours, 5 fours. So this would be 5 fours or 5 groups of 4, 5 groups of 4 or 5 fours. And then remember, when we practice this in our group, we always put these parentheses. And then we're adding these other 2 more groups of 4. So that would be plus another set that's supposed to be a parentheses, 2 groups of 4 equals. So now we have 5 fours plus 2 fours. That'd be 5 fours, 6 fours, 7 fours. So now our new equation is 7 groups of 4. So down below, our final multiplication is 7 groups of 4, 7, 14, 21, 28. So that should be a total of 28 if we added all the yellows and all the reds together. Here is another sample of using distributive property where we're adding groups and groups together. So here we have 1 group of 4, 2 fours, 3 fours, 4 fours, 5 fours. So this would be 5 times 4. And then we have another group of 1 4, 2 4, 3 fours, 4 fours plus 4 times 4. Well, these 5 fours plus 4 fours would be 5 fours, 6 fours, 7 fours, 8 fours, 9 fours. And it would be 9 times 4. And your final equation would be 9 times 4 equals 36. There should be a total of 36 here. This is called distributive property, and it's a way of breaking apart these arrays. And we've practiced this quite a bit actually in our meetings. And then there's a few more to practice and some on your daily work. And have fun with them, boys and girls. They're kind of fun.